Hello. Great. We are live. Good evening. Good evening to everybody. Welcome. Just getting everything set up. All right. Good evening. Welcome to Digital Income Night School. This evening, we're going to get your biggest online business questions answered live on the Zoom. So, welcome back. Digital Income Night School is live. And this is my favorite session of the week because tonight is not about me talking at you. Tonight is about you, your questions, your situation, what your next step is going to be. I've already received some brilliant questions from people who've been watching this week. And I know that if one person is asking, then 10 more people in the room are probably thinking the same thing, but just haven't said it yet. So this evening, I'm going to answer every question that I have already received. And don't wait, drop your questions in the comments and I'll answer them live. No question is too basic, no situation is too complicated. That's what this evening session is for. But first of all, if you're watching and you've not yet registered for night school, I'm going to put the link up. See if it's going to work. Did they come up? Okay, so the link is on the screen. Register free and get the AI niche finder guide. It's going to help you figure out exactly what you could sell online based on what you already know. Okay, it won't take you long, maybe 30 seconds max. So the link is on the screen. And let me just introduce myself. I'll leave it on for a few seconds. Let me take that off, make sure there's nothing on the screen. So if you're just joining us, just so you know who you're listening to, my name is Na. I spent 16 years in investment banking, starting on Wall Street in New York with JP Morgan to becoming a vice president with Barclays in London. And a few years ago, I started digital marketing and I've now made over 500K 500,000 or half a million online. So that's been through digital products, affiliate marketing, and I've been able to help hundreds of beginners get started and build their first digital income stream. So you're here with us. It's Digital Income Night School. It's absolutely free. Every weekday we get on at 9 p.m. GMT or 10 p.m. UK time. Okay. So now, like I said before, if you have any questions, please drop them into the comments. Hi, Jason. Hi, I can see you. Put your comments there, say hi, ask your questions, and I'll take them as we go ahead. Okay. Just a minute. So just whilst you're waiting for me, put any questions that you have in the chat. And I'm just trying to find my first question from my notes. Where is it? I've written it down just so that hopefully we can be a little bit efficient as I go through the ones I've already received. Okay, got it. So question one, the first question that came in, and I absolutely love this one. It's exactly the right thing to ask. So someone asked, now you say you've generated over 500,000 online. Over what time period? When did you make this money? And that is such a fair question. Initially, when I saw it, I was going to respond on Facebook. And then I remembered I asked everybody to post their questions and I'll respond live. So I haven't responded to it on Facebook. So I respect everybody who asks this type of question because there's so much hype online and you should absolutely hold people accountable to their numbers. So let me be completely transparent. So that 500,000 figure covers everything that I've earned online from digital products and affiliate marketing from 2022 to 2025. It's more than what I'm saying online. I've not included 2026 numbers in that figure. So if I were to add that, it would be a little higher. But, you know, half a million is a nice round number. So I'm sticking to that. So the specific numbers that I shared this week talked about 172K in the first year, 175 in the second year. Those are when I helped my husband create his DevOps program, Cloud Rock Academy. You can look it up. So those are two specific years when we made that, and then 2024, 2025 as well. Okay. So yeah, and I think it's a really good question. When people make these claims online, don't take it at face value. Okay, you should always ask for more detail, and I will always do my best to give you clarity and insight into like the real numbers and everything that's going on behind the scenes, honestly. So the second question, also from the same person, is have I used I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, Nestuge? Have I used it and would I recommend it? So thank you for asking. My honest answer is I have personally not used Nestuge. And I tried to recommend tools that I've actually used myself. So I try to make that a non-negotiable, because if you are listening to me and making a decision based on my recommendation, I want you to be able to trust that I've actually looked at it and tried it. Okay. So I have not used Nestuge. What I can tell you, I looked it up, is that it's a platform for creators based in African countries. I believe the founder is Nigerian. And it's a very similar concept to seller.com, which I have used and which I do recommend. I think the only thing that Nestude has that maybe Seller doesn't have is a community. I haven't seen a community in Seller. So if you're based in Africa and you're looking for a platform to host, sell your digital products, Seller is the one I've used that I would point you to as a beginner. Um, if you yourself are based in an African country, or if you anticipate that most of your clients will be based in an African country, it handles, like I said yesterday, local payment methods. I think US dollar, pound, and then 11 or 12 other African currencies. So if you look in the description on my YouTube, you'll find the link to Seller and all the other platforms that I use and that I recommend in the description. Okay. So hopefully that answers your question. Third question, and this one is also really important. Somebody was asking, so if you've listened to me, not this week on Night School, but previous live streams that I've done, I've recommended DBA. So someone was asking, now you're recommending DWA. What's the difference? Why have I switched? So let me explain both quite clearly. So DBA stands for Digital Boss Academy, and DWA stands for Digital Wealth Academy. Okay, so both are absolutely excellent programs. I'm actually an affiliate for both. I own both of them, DBA level 3, DWA, and I genuinely recommend both. So DBA has 3 entry levels. DBA allows you to come in at level 1. You only have to pay $111. Level 2 is $222, and if you buy that, it includes level 1. And then level 3 is $444. And if you buy that, it includes level 1 and 2 if you buy level 3. So DBA is great because they've broken it up into those entry levels. So if your budget is an issue for you in terms of getting started online, then you can either start at the level 1 for 111 or level 2 for 222, right? And sort of work your way up. I think that flexibility is very useful if you are just starting out and budget is an issue. DWA is just one price. It's not broken up into tiers. You pay once. So that's $497. So just a little less than $500. You get everything in one go. And DWA includes training on running ads, which is an important piece that I've realized DBA does not cover. So I recommend both depending on where you are. If you want to start at a lower investment level, DBA is a great option. If you want the complete package in one go, including ads training, DWA is the one. So I'm sure you're wondering, why am I talking about ads when I'm saying I made 500K without any ads? So yes, I made 500K without ads, but I tried to run ads. I paid other people to run ads for us, and we lost money all the time. Okay. So what that taught me is that it's important for you to own or understand Facebook ads, because when you hand over your ads to someone else and you don't understand them yourself, you sort of have no way of knowing if what they're doing is working, if your money is being wasted. And we learned that the hard way. We spent quite a bit of money trying to run ads and none of it worked. Okay. So one of my key goals right now is to learn Facebook ads for myself. So to actually understand what I'm doing before I spend money on it. So why is this relevant for you? If you are starting with low ticket products, which is something I recommend, and many of you should, right? To get your first sale, your first 50 sales, your first 100 sales, you don't need ads at all. Okay, understand me. You don't need ads. There are other strategies you can use. I tell you to post on social media, post to your network, post on WhatsApp, join WhatsApp, Facebook groups that have your ideal clients, post there. Okay, so to get your first 50, 100, that's what you should do. You don't need to spend money on advertising. However, low tickets requires volume. Okay, so if you want to make significant revenue with low tickets, it requires volume, it requires scale. A $27 product, you need a lot of buyers, more than a 997 program, right? To generate the same amount of money. If you wanted to make your first 1K, I need only one client at 997, whereas at 27, right, you need a lot of clients. So if you want to grow your volume, at some point you're going to need to bring in ads. Okay, so that's why I'm saying if you want to get started, then I'm saying hi, Stacy. Hello, Nana. That's my mom. Hi to everybody. Um, yes. Okay. What was I saying? So I hope I've explained that properly. Let me just try and get back to um, the right place. Let's see. Okay. So I'm going to link both DWA and DBA in my description so that you can pick whichever one um, works for you. All right. So question 4, and I think this is going to resonate with a lot of people in this room. So the question is, I have so many things on my plate, but I really want to do this. I really want to do digital marketing. What can I do? So first of all, I hear you, okay? And I want you to know that the fact that you are watching me and staying up at 9 p.m., 10 p.m. to watch after a full day, first of all, that tells me that you really, really want this. And you are somebody who is not going to give up, okay? So that's good. Now, let me tell you something. Let me share personally with you. When we built Cloud Rock Academy, that program that has now made, over 350, over 500,000, I did that while working over 60 hours a week in investment banking. I was managing multi-projects, multi-million pound projects with 2 children. And one of my sons was getting ready to write 11 plus. For those of you who are in the UK, you understand 11 plus, I think, is more stressful for us, the parents, than for the children. If you're in Ghana or Nigeria or somewhere, it's like writing BC, like entry level to go to secondary school. It's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of running around, taking them to one teacher after the other. It's a lot of work, right? So it wasn't, I had a lot going on. And on top of that, I was also extremely active in church, right? Literally every day, every single week. So when you say you have a lot on your plate, I believe you, but I also want you to know that I had similar and it's possible. Okay, I've lived it. It's very possible. So here's what I recommend. Here's the approach that I think would work. Number one, commit a small amount of time and protect it. So if 3 hours is not realistic, don't tell yourself you're going to do 3 hours. Don't tell yourself you spend the whole weekend when you know you have to cook and do so many things. Just tell yourself, okay, 30 minutes a day. That's what you can do. Then are you doing those 30 minutes before the house wakes up? Are you doing it in your lunch break? Are you waiting till the children go to bed? Have 30 focused minutes, not 30 minutes where you are doing that and cooking and doing other things. Okay, protect it like it's a very important meeting that you can't cancel. Number two, start with one brick at a time. One, not don't try to build the whole house at once. Just one brick at a time, one step at a time. And I've told you, start with the example. Okay, let me just um my notes, just, I don't know why it keeps running up and down. I'm trying to get back to where I was. Okay, once I try and find it. No. Okay. So what did I say? Start with one brick at a time. Okay. Don't try to do everything at the same time. That's how you sort of get derailed, right? And I encourage you to start with your first sale. Focus on making that first sale. You are not, if you try to make 100K, it's very easy to get discouraged if you run into difficulty, because between where you are as a complete beginner and 100K is such a long gap. You look at it and you're like, why bother? And then you sort of give up. But if your focus is find my idea, create my product, launch it, make my first sale, do that first, and then that first sale will give you confidence. It will prove to you that with the knowledge that you have, somebody will be willing to pay you, right? And then aim for 1K. Make first sale, make your first $100, make your first $1,000, make your first 10K, and go on from there. You see that as you go one little milestone at a time, you'll be able to achieve it. So that would be my recommendation of how you should approach this. Okay. So let me find my next question. Okay. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that I want to say. Create your products. Use my AI niche finder guide. It's absolutely free. So if you haven't registered and you haven't got my AI niche finder guide, please do that. Grab it. Give yourself those 30 minutes. Go through it. You'll be amazed that there's something you can sell, which there are things that here's the thing. The people who are good at things, because you are the one who's good at it, it almost means nothing to you. But to someone else, they're looking at you in awe, like, I can't believe you can do this. And to you, you're like, oh, I just woke up and did it. So when I ask you, what can you create? You're probably discounting those things because it comes to you so easily. You don't think it's that valuable. But trust me, if you've solved a problem, somebody in the same situation will value the solution if you can package it. Okay. So go through that AI niche finder guide, fill it out, and then you'll see what's possible for you, and just launch it as simply as possible. Okay, put it on system.io, put it on seller, put it on stand store, get your link, just start telling people about it, and then focus on that first sale, that first $100. Focus on just that. When you cross that milestone, then you move the goalpost and you focus on the next thing. I hope that helps. Okay. um let's see the next question. Okay, so I'm saying if you get stuck on your starting point, what to sell, how to price it, how to launch it, that's what these Thursday night sessions are for, okay? Helping you to make that first move. So this is for complete beginners, people who are still thinking, can I do this? Should I do this? If I do it, how do I do it? How do I start? Because that sometimes that's the big question. How do I start? What do I do first? Okay, so that's what this whole digital income night school is helping you to sort of show you how to do it. Just get started, how to get unstuck. So bring those types of questions here. I'll be able to help you answer it, show you exactly what you do. So with your idea, your niche, your first product, your first sale, that's what this conversation is for. Now, if you want somebody in your corner, right, not just with that one question of how to start, but you want like the whole journey, you want actual support, real accountability, you want somebody walking alongside you properly, that's a slightly different conversation. Okay. And we can have that on the clarity calls. I usually charge for that. It's $197. But like I said yesterday, if you join DWA through my link, then you get that 30-minute clarity call as your first step, right? We will look at your specific situation. I'll tell you exactly what to do first, what to do next. Go to this page, watch this link. That, like, literally, maybe tomorrow I'll share Natasha's feedback, because I did something like that for her, very, very detailed, exactly step by step what she should do. And it really makes a difference. It gives you the confidence to sort of take those steps, knowing that you are, I suppose, you've got somebody showing you who's sort of done it before. Okay. So if you want to also go deeper, I have done for you options. There are different levels. Okay. So if you want my help at different levels, absolutely reach out to me. I can help you. But you can also get that DWA clarity call. Okay, so let me find my next question. Please put your questions in the chat. So far, I've not seen any questions come through. Whilst I'm going through, I'm almost at my fifth question, and I have prepared just, I think, five. I got five. So put your questions in the chat, and I will do my best to answer them. Okay. So let me just quickly find the next question. I hope everything I'm explaining so far, and also if I've explained something and you have a full-on question, something I've just said right now, put that also in the comments. I'll be able to see it, and then I'll be able to sort of go back and give you maybe a deeper explanation if what I said, you still have questions about it. Okay, so let's find question 5. Okay, so question 5 says, I started something before and I gave up. How do I know that this time will be different? And I think that is such a great question, because the likelihood that there are people watching me right now, and you've bought a couple of courses, you've tried things before, right? So I think that this question hopefully should resonate with a lot of you. Okay, I've got a thumbs up. So somebody there is resonating. All right. So first of all, if you're asking that type of question, it means that you are aware, right? You're self aware. You realize that you did something wrong. And so I think that, first of all, that's commendable, right? That's actually a strength and not a weakness. One of my mentors, I don't know if this is like a common thing, but he says, fail fast. The faster you fail, the faster you can learn from it and move on. Okay, so if you've tried before and it didn't work, that's absolutely okay. So let me tell you what I've seen happen, because I've worked with a number of beginners. They decide they want to make money online. Then they'll watch videos, usually free YouTube videos. They'll watch a lot of videos. They'll download free guides. Sometimes, if they are really driven, they'll buy a course or two or spend some money. Then they'll try to create their first digital product. Great, they've created something. Then they start posting content, and then nothing happens, right? And they think, oh, maybe I've made a mistake. Maybe it's the wrong niche. Maybe this strategy does not work. Maybe I need to learn more. So instead of looking at what they've done already and how to tweak it, they park it, they stop altogether. Then they go back to the starting point and then they start again. They start watching more content. Then maybe they buy something else, and then another guru sends them in a completely different direction. They started drop shipping, then they stopped, they did Amazon KDB, then they went to do TikTok, then they went to do, they're just stuck in this cycle of learn, start, stop, learn, start, stop. Okay. So it's simply you're missing structure, right? And I think that if you have structure and you start again with a structure in mind and very deliberate steps that you follow, hopefully this time you'll be able to do it. Okay. So like I said before, if your goal is too big, if you're chasing 100K when you should be chasing your first sale, then when things get hard, it's very likely that you're going to give up. Okay. The second problem could be that you are building without first validating like that there's a demand for what you're creating. And I've seen this happen where people will have an idea in their head that this is what I want to teach. They won't do any market research, they won't do any validation. Then they'll spend weeks creating something, like building, and they've built it, then they put it out there and nobody buys it. And they don't understand why nobody's buying it, and it kills their momentum, right? The key is what I teach is pre-sale. So once you've created, when I say create the products, if it's a small digital product, obviously, then it's easy to create. But let's just say you're doing something mid ticket or high tickets. Don't go and spend time recording everything. Pre-sell it, create the structure, like I talked about yesterday. Create the structure of what it is, know the path and what you're going to teach them, know what resources you need to add to augment your teaching so that they actually get whatever promise it is that you are making, right? If you say you're going to do something and this is what you said you do, figure out how you're going to help them to actually achieve that thing. So then you pre-sell. This is if you're doing like mid or high tickets. But even with a digital product, like a cheap one, where you can easily write out a post, hey, I'm writing this thing, is there anybody interested? If you're interested, raise your hand. You can get people on a wait list before you even finish and post everything. Okay, you can get people to commit and pay a deposit, or people who can pay, and tell them, I've bought courses, honestly, I've bought courses where the creator had said, this thing will be ready in 3 weeks. I'm selling it now, buy. And because I know who it is and what it is and how it's going to help me, I've actually paid for it. So you don't even have to have created it before you make your first, sale. All right. So make sure that one, you validated it, that there's demand for it, and that can also help. Then number 3 is perhaps you're trying to do too much at once. One of the biggest mistakes I see beginners make is trying to build a website And I'm not talking about landing pages, which is just one page that does one specific thing. I'm talking about that big website where you now go and write about me, how to contact us, and you now have to list um 10 different products that you are going to have because you need to show that your website is not just one. Like, no, don't do the website. Then maybe you spend too much time on the branding, then you spend too much time on social media, then you spend too much time on the product, then you go into the rabbit hole of trying to do your funnel all at the same time without fully understanding what you're doing, why you're doing it, how they all work together. Like, that's how nothing gets finished. That's how you start a little, stop a little, get confused, start, stop, nothing is complete. Okay, so here's what is different. Here's what I'll recommend. Pick one idea, validate it before you build it. And the AI niche finder guide gives you the prompt, so you put it into ChatGPT. So you ChatGPT will help you to validate it because it has access to information that if you try to gather yourself will take you months. ChatGPT has access data, 850 million users putting data in. It can help you validate your idea before you build it. Then launch it with the simplest possible funnel ever. And I've told you how to do that funnel. Yesterday, I showed you, if you watch some of my YouTube videos, put it on a platform, get a link, set up payment so you can receive money and people can make payments. Get that link and start telling people. Simple. That is your simple funnel. Okay. Focus on your first sale, not the 100K. I hope that I've explained this one enough. Because honestly, once you get that first sale, trust me, everything will change. Like, in Ghana, they'll say your confidence will come. Like, you become so confident because if somebody will pay you, think about it. If somebody will pay you $17, then you can find 100 people just like that person. You can find 1,000 people just like that person. Do you see? So if somebody will pay you 17, then maybe if you give them more value, if you solve a bigger problem, if you go deeper, maybe they'll pay you 27. Then maybe they'll pay you 997, what was it, 497, whatever. Going up the chain. The more you charge, the more you make. But start with low tickets if you're a complete beginner. Okay. Once you start to do that, the selling will start to feel natural. You get confidence, all of that. So you don't need more information. You just need a little bit of structure and a plan. Okay. And hopefully this week, everything I've shared gives you that. One break at a time. All right. It's 28 minutes. All right. So let me do a quick pause. And if there's anybody who is just joining us for the first time, quick introduction. So my name is Na. I spent 16 years in investment banking, Wall Street, New York, JP Morgan, moved to London. Also with JP Morgan, actually, I was with them for about 8 years. Then I moved to Barclays, became a vice president. And then a few years ago, I started digital marketing, and I've now made over $500,000 online with digital products and affiliate marketing. And I train and help beginners, right, get started, build their first digital income stream. So you're watching us on Digital Income Night School. It's absolutely free every weekday, 9 p.m. GMT or 10 p.m. UK time. And again, if you've not registered for night school, if you're watching, like if you've just come across this live stream, but you don't know what it is and you're not actually registered, then please go to this link and actually fill it out, register, because if you do that, you get notifications every time we go live, but also you get this free guide, which is hopefully showing up on my screen. Is it? I'm not seeing. Let's see. Ooh. Okay, just a minute. I think I'm showing the wrong thing. There we go. All right. Yes, so the free guide that's showing on the screen, no, not the jump start. Oh dear, I'm showing the wrong things. Okay, let's see. Am I doing the right thing now? Yes, that's one. That's what I want to show you, not the jump start. Yes, so go to this link, register, and you can get that AI niche finder guide. I've talked quite a bit about it, so I'm going to take that off the screen so that, let me see, it doesn't distract us. Hopefully the screens are clear. Everything is gone. Okay. All right, let's carry on. So let me just quickly check if we have any questions in the comments. I'm not seeing any more questions. Okay. So let me take a few more questions. Okay, let me see if we have. Okay, so I have a few more beginner friendly questions. I'll take one more and then we can carry on the rest to next week, Thursday. If you have, okay, wait. Someone is asking, how can I contact you? Oh, that's such a good and simple question. What is the best way to contact me? I'm trying to think, what's the fastest and best way to contact me? Send me a message on Instagram. So my Instagram is, I don't have this written up. So it's Digital Income with Shika. So please find me on Instagram, Digital Income with Shika, and send me a message. I'm not sure if you can message somebody on YouTube. Can you? Or maybe you can post, yeah. I think that's the best. Send me a message on Instagram and I will be able to respond. Instagram or Facebook, Digital Income with Shika. Find me on both of those and send me a DM, and then I'll be able to get back to you. If also you register for night school, then you will receive an email from me, so you can also reply to that email. So that's also another way. If you want to send me an email, actually register for night school, and then I will send you the guide, so you'll receive my email, and then you can reply directly to that. It'll come to me and I'll be able to respond. So thank you for asking that, J Fix Designs. Thank you for asking. All right, so let me ask you let's take one or two. These are common questions that I usually get. So do I need a big social media following to make money online? I hope if you look me up on social media, I'm now trying to build my social media platform. Even if you look up Cloud Rock Academy, which is my husband's business, you see we don't have hundreds of followers. We never went viral. So no, you don't need a big social media audience in order to make money online. If you go with low tickets, yes, you need volume. So you start to build your audience so you can have that volume. That's if you have like really low ticket. But to make your fares $100, $1,000, 10K, you don't need to. And if you go with mid or high tickets, then you most definitely don't need to. Okay. So and my email list, honestly, I have like 2,000 people on my email list. So you can make a lot of money without building a big email list, right? Or having a lot of followers or going viral or not, any of those things. I'm doing it now because I want to, build a personal brand and help more people, get more people to see that this is possible. But to have made my first 500,000, I didn't need it. Okay. What if I don't think I know anything worth selling? That is not possible. It's not possible. You know something that is worth selling. Trust me. Yesterday I talked about the three mega niches: health, wealth, relationships. You must have built a relationship with somebody in your life that you've learned a lesson or two. You must, I mean, honestly, everybody has something. If you think you don't know anything, then that's what the AI niche finder guide is for. Fill out the questions I've put in there, and let's chat. If ChatGPT tells you don't have anything, bring the results to me. We'll look at it again because something is wrong somewhere. But I'm pretty confident that everybody here can find something that you can create. Am I saying you'll find something you can charge $1,000 for? That changes the conversation, you see. First, you have to find the niche, like what problems have you solved? Then ChatGPT will suggest for you who your ideal clients could be, how much you could charge for it. The problem, some people come in, they want to make money like overnight. So instead of charging $27 for the thing, they want to charge $1,000 straight out of the, but you don't have the credibility. You're not really going to put value into the product. You just want to scam people, collect the money and run. I mean, you know. That's not me, and I know that none of the people listening to me are like that. So if you are actually genuinely wanting to help people and also get paid to do it, fill out that AI niche finder guide. Okay, it will show you something that you can create that can help people. um Trust me, you have it. And remember, you're not selling knowledge. As for knowledge, right now it's all over the place. It's not really the knowledge, it's the transformation, it's the steps, it's the how to get from A to Z, which is your unique spin on how to get from A to Z. Okay, that you are able to package and help somebody. Okay, let me see if there's any other question. Let's see if there's any other question. It's 36 now. Okay, I think that's it. Okay. I'm just trying to see. Look at my notes here. Do I need to show my face on camera? Okay, let's end with that one. Do I need to show my face on camera? The answer is no, you don't have to. In the past, maybe 2, 3 years ago, yes, you it would be very difficult for you to make money online without being willing to show your face on camera. But I don't know whether it's COVID, I don't know what happened, but in the last few years, we've sort of gotten more comfortable buying things online. And somehow, with that trend, has come the possibility that even if somebody doesn't see your face, if you're able to create like a sales page or a landing page or a checkout page, you talk about the problem that you help them solve, you prove you have to prove. You talk about the problem that you help them solve. You show them what they get if they buy your solution, your product. So you list out, I'm going to give you XYZ, and XYZ will help you do ABC. And they have that problem. So they know that they need to solve these problems. If you're able to demonstrate that, people are willing to buy, especially with low tickets, without them necessarily being seen or known. I've bought things online. Honest to God, I didn't go and research the person. I didn't go and look them up on social media. Honestly, I bought it because I had a problem and here was the solution and I paid for it. And that was it. Now, if you want to build a personal brand without showing your face, you can use an AI avatar. AI avatar that looks like you can record the content for you. If you don't want to show your face, you don't even want anybody to know it's you, you can use an AI avatar, but it's a completely different person. Younger, older, different race, different everything, right? Maybe you want to have you seen these viral videos going around of like a Jewish man. There's this older Jewish man who is giving wealth advice. Jewish people teach their children how to save, then he'll give like 5 tips. He's not real, he's an AI avatar. There's another woman, there's this older woman who is also um I've received these videos. Maybe tomorrow I'll show them to you. Different people that sometimes you don't even realize they are not real because these AI avatars now there's so much advancement that they look like real people. So anyway, long story short, no, you don't need to show your face on camera. Technology, AI has made it possible. You can you can build a whole brand and a whole product with an AI avatar. Okay. Okay, that's the long story short. All right, so I think I'm good. I'm gonna end there with the questions. Just a minute. So I'll end there with the questions, and just before I let you all go, very quickly. So let me just quickly make sure that no other questions. Okay. Um. Okay. JFake. So please send me that message on Instagram and or Facebook. I think you're watching on YouTube. If you can find me on Instagram, please send me that message and let's have a conversation. Okay. So before I let you go, very, very, very quickly, let me share again the links to. Actually, no, I think I've shared that enough. You have the links to register for the night school and get the AI niche finder. And then I want to say, so tomorrow I'm going to share with you some of my students, like, well, okay, so some of my students, like real people, and sort of some of the real results that they've got, but I'll also show you other people in communities that I'm in. So I know they're real human beings and some of the results that they've had, okay, to show you that this is possible. And I'll do my best to show you in different niches because sometimes people think only those selling how to make money online make money online. It's not true. There are people making money online with cooking, with guitar lessons, with all sorts of niches, all sorts of niches. So hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to find some different niches, to give you inspiration and show you that this is possible and you don't have to be selling how to make money online to make money online. Okay. So please register for night school and get that guide. One, so you are notified, but more importantly, so you get the guide and find your idea. Okay, that's step one. Everybody should find the idea. And then if you want to go further, right, if you've been joining us this whole week and you have clarity and you're like, you know what, I really, really want to do this now. So the two programs I've talked about them that I recommend, DWA, Digital Wealth Academy, it's just under $500, 497. It has, honestly, it has a lot in there. It's self-paced, self-paced, and you have lifetime access. So you can take it at your own pace, but you go step by step, okay? And it covers everything that you need, including 19 different income streams. It will show you how to make low ticket, how to build high tickets, how to build your systems, how to do automation, and all the different social media platforms. And it includes the Facebook ads training. So you literally just pay that amount of money and you have everything that you need, okay? DBA, which is Digital Boss Academy, which is I'm also an affiliate for that one. That's you can buy in tiers. Okay, so the lowest tier is $111, level one, level two, 222, level three, 444. So if finances are an issue for you, if you're trying to get started online on a shoestring, then maybe get started with DBA level 1 or DBA level 2. The key is don't start there and stop there, okay? I want everybody here to start and slowly just keep going, slowly just keep going. Very soon we'll be celebrating 100K for you. We'll be celebrating 200, 250K for you. We'll be celebrating 500K for you, okay? But it starts with $1. So get that first product in, make that first dollar, make your first $100, okay? So like I said, I recommend both. I'm an affiliate for both, full transparency. So the link to DBA is on your screen. Sorry, the link to DWA is on your screen. I'm just realizing I don't have the links to DBA that I can quickly put on the screen. So I'll share DBA links with you tomorrow. And if you get DWA, then you also get my exclusive bonuses. Okay, so that 30-minute clarity call, $197. That's where we look into your specific situation and I show you exactly where to start. Then I also give you your 90-day action plan, okay? Built around your niche, your schedule, goals, right? Yeah, anyway, so if you want my help, if you want my eyeballs looking at what you want to create so that you just start with a little bit more confidence knowing that you're going on the right track, grab DWA and jump on that call with me. I'll be very happy to work things out and give you a personalized plan so you can get started, okay? So thank you so much to everybody who brought in the questions and who typed in the questions yesterday when I asked. um, Thank you to the person who asked about having too much on your plate. Thank you to the person who asked about I've made 500K over how many years, right? All of that. I appreciate all the questions. Keep asking. Please keep joining us on Night School. We're back again tomorrow at 9 p.m. I was going to say UK time, 9 p.m. GMT or 10 p.m. UK time. So I think I'll wrap up for this evening. Thank you so much for the time. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I'll see you all tomorrow.